This is the most insane perfume store I've ever seen in my life. How big of a bag are we dropping?
Listen, bro, if my wife sees this, I ain't dropping nothing, bro.
So we're in South Florida for a wedding this weekend. I once called this place home, and it has been so good to be back. I was definitely gonna use this weekend trip as an opportunity to do some fragrance shopping. So I wanted to do something different for the channel, take you guys along with me. The whole reason why I'm here in South Florida in the first place is for one of my buddy's weddings. And so the fragrances that I brought with me were Suspiro Basso and the new Dior Homme Intense 2025 edition, which honestly has been pretty disappointing since I've been wearing it. It's very weak. It immediately goes to an intimate skin scent and really doesn't have any lasting projection in my opinion. I will say I wore it one night and when I came back to the hotel room, I could smell it in the air in the room, but I couldn't smell it on my skin or on my shirt. I don't know if this is like a nose blindness thing or really what the cause is, but honestly, so far my experience with this one has been a bit disappointing. Basso, on the other hand, I love it more and more the more I wear it. It smells so good. It is a luxurious, fresh grapefruit, but not in the same way that Vibrato is. This is a little bit more refined and mature and light. It's not as strong as those fragrances, but man, this stuff just smells absolutely incredible. And I've been layering it with Louis Vuitton Imagination, and it has been a recipe for success for me this weekend. I'm staying in the Aventura area right next to the Aventura Mall, and luckily there's a Dior store there which carries their Private Line fragrances. I've never had a chance to try the Dior Private Line ever in my life, so first order of business was going to the Dior store and trying all the different offerings that they have. I tried a bunch of them, took home a bunch of the cards so I could really sit with them and decide which ones I liked the most, and to me the two standout winners was Oud Rosewood and Lucky. Oud Rosewood is that classic oud and rose DNA, but to me Dior did it in a way that's clean, soapy, fresh, and light. You know, I think a lot of times this DNA can be very heavy, very intense, especially if you're not really an oud fan. I'm personally not the biggest oud fan. This DNA is not typically what I go for, but I feel like they did it so well in this version, I will definitely be picking up 50 mLs of this. The other one I liked, but I did feel like leaned a little bit feminine, was Lucky. This was actually recommended to me by a buddy of mine, and it is just this beautiful, refreshing, clean, floral fragrance. I was actually kind of surprised at some of the other offerings in the line. They're very light, and a lot of times even spraying them on a card, like, I still don't smell anything. I didn't end up picking anything up because they only have the 100 and 200 ml bottles at this particular store. I only want 50. I don't need a full 100 ml bottle. Plus, I knew for a fact I was gonna be spending more money later on in the weekend. As I was leaving, I noticed the Aventura Mall has a Creed store, so I went in to see if they had the new Wild Vetiver, and they did, and I got a sample of it here on this card. And honestly, to me, I was a little bit surprised. It was a little bit more of a bright lemon lime citrus fragrance, more so than your classic vetiver fragrance. Very, very different than original vetiver. Totally would not be redundant to own both. Even as this has dried down, and I keep coming back to it, I like it more and more. Again, I just get this really fresh lemon lime vibe. Now, fragrance-wise, what I was really most looking forward to doing this weekend was going to Osme Perfumery. I've seen so much about this place online. Super comfortable, 11-minute train ride from Aventura all the way down to Miami, and I linked up with my boy Murad. What up, bro? Good to meet you, man. How you doing? If you don't know him, if you don't follow him, please go check him out. He is an awesome fragrance content creator, has a pretty good relationship with the owner, so he said we can link up, meet each other for the first time, and go check out Osme, so that's exactly what we did. In case you were wondering, your favorite fragrance influencer is still driving an 02 Honda Civic.
Yeah, because he spent all the money on the fragrances instead. Bro, this is the mecca of Miami when it comes to fragrances.
This is insane. I'm so fucking excited for this.
On the other day.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Wow.
Good, man. All right, good. Yeah, I see the glasses looking good, man.
Yeah, bro, thanks to you, man. Yo, that's my friend Will.
How's it going? Nice to meet you. I've seen all your content and your videos, so I'm familiar. It's awesome to actually finally be here. Beautiful storefront. Oh my God, this is awesome.
He was asking me, what do you got here? I'm like, listen, bro, go inside.
This is probably the best perfumery I've ever been to.
Oh, yo, it's like, this is the spot in Miami. I don't go anywhere else.
A lot of these brands I've never even smelled before.
Whittier is like, imagine like niche out of Dubai. Literally super niche. I'm talking about these guys. Initially, everyone knows Zerjoff.
The Indian food and also Amberes. These two are
Which one did you say was the Pakistani one?
the style of the food more reminds me of Pakistani, even though it says Asian, but check.
So the store is owned and operated by Maurice and his wife. I don't want to mess her name up. Bhavika? Hope I got that right. Sorry if I didn't. These are two of the most amazing people I've probably ever met in the fragrance community. Their store is amazing. They were so welcoming and inviting. The hospitality was truly next level. Osme carries fragrances from Amouage, Atelier, BDK, Boadicea the Victorious, 8 and Bob, Fragrance du Bois, Florist London, a bunch of different brands I've never heard of. And it was just one of those things for me where I start to realize like how little I actually know about the entire fragrance world and just how much more there really is to discover beyond what you see in your local mall. It's insane. This is the most insane perfume store I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know like where to begin.
The first fragrance I ever bought here.
Which one is this?
This is Amical of Delice.
All right, let's see. What's in this?
I'll let you guess.
Okay. That's beautiful. I don't even know how to describe that.
It's a plum.
It's like a floral vanilla.
It's a plum oud actually.
Plum oud?
He calls it the Rolls Royce of fragrances.
Which one is it?
This is Amical of Delice.
That's a gas. Because I smelled this, 1907, and I thought this was God of Fire.
What people don't know is Stefan Humbert Lucas was a customer Boadicea for raw goods. So Stefan Humbert Lucas was, in a sense, I wouldn't say suffering, but they weren't going on par. And Boadicea supplies all of the raw goods to Stefan Humbert Lucas. So the DNA was given to Stefan Humbert Lucas, and then Boadicea ended up doing it later in their more mature way. Now, the crazy thing about this, there's no mango note listed.
Really? I see this in everyone's collection. It smells like straight mango to me.
This is one of my next pickups, actually, especially for Miami coming in. But you'll see that this collection ranges. I think like the most expensive one's like 5,000 or something.
I really like Blue Sapphire, actually.
Blue Sapphire, yeah. Have you still supercharged? It's the same DNA but stronger. But there's slight differences in it.
To me, it's like a blue oud.
Small supercharged.
That's gas.
The fruits are dialed down in blue sapphire supercharged, and the oud and that is given more.
Yeah.
There's a huge citrus in blue sapphire, the normal one. Supercharged is way more there. Funny enough, bro, I've never explored PDM.
What?
Yeah, I got into
This right here is one of my favorites of all time. Smell this.
I get like this fresh cut grass accord almost.
Yeah, it's like kind of pine tree, dark, saffron.
But I personally wouldn't wear it. It's not my.
That's my type of style. It's okay. It's okay if you don't like it. I'm not upset.
I'm not.
I'm not
I
upset.
like it as a smell, but I wouldn't wear it on.
I get you. One of the best things about Osme to me was the fact that I was able to really sit and take my time with a lot of fragrances without having sales associates come up and put tester strips in my nose and try to force me to buy things. And it was just such a great experience because I could just really sit, I could step outside, I could spray 2 things on each of my hands, step outside, compare the 2, and really sit and think clearly about which fragrance I like, think about the utility, would I really wear this? And it was just such a better shopping experience than, you know, your typical mall experience, I'll say. Something that I love about this place is you really can just take your time and walk around and sample everything on your own pace. There's nothing worse than going to like a Neiman Marcus or something and then just sticking tester strips in your face and forcing all these different scents on you because it can overwhelm your nose so easily. So it's honestly great to just be able to chill, relax, walk around, take your time. The first fragrance that stuck out to me that I really, really wanted to pick up, but didn't for reasons I'll explain soon, was Liwa by Whittian. This is an oriental fragrance that's got jasmine, saffron, and amberwood in it. It actually really reminds me a lot of one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Parfums de Marly Haltain. I would say there's also a little bit of a Baccarat Rouge 540 thing kind of going on with it. Extremely strong. I knew at first spray this was gonna be a beast mode fragrance, and I decided not to pick it up because I didn't want to get something that was kind of redundant to fragrances that I already own, but I can promise you that I'll eventually be getting this one. What an awesome spot. I had to step out just to get some fresh air. I feel like my nose is getting overwhelmed. But I have to really say the brand that really stuck out to me the most and kind of proved itself to be a brand that I need to really, really deep dive is Atelier. The first one that stuck out to me was Santal Blonde. I'm a woody fragrance type of guy. I love sandalwood. I love Santal fragrances. And Santal Blonde just stuck out to me as one of those typical sandalwood fragrances, but not one that's gonna give you that pickle note, that cucumber note that turns a lot of people off. I found it absolutely gorgeous. So high quality. And this was one I was really, really considering picking up the full bottle of. Maurice put me on to Burgundy Oud, which we compared to Oud Maracuja.
I don't really see it.
Good. You have a good nose.
Can I get like grapefruit bubbliness, citrus bubbly?
See, I do get the comparison now.
So this is going to be interesting. So this is actually what I wanted. So with you it failed, but with you, maybe not. So it smells similar, correct?
Yeah.
Towards your nose?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So now smell that. And now that you've actually smelled them side by side, tell me if it still smells similar.
I would say similar, not identical.
Okay.
This is more fruity.
Okay.
This is more booty
Okay.
to my nose.
Okay. There's never any right or wrong. So what I was gonna say is what they have in common is fruits.
Yeah.
They're both two fruity foods. One is a little bit more refined and one is a little bit more rough on the edges. I personally think that they're different, but some people think they're the exact same. My nose, I can pick up how different it is.
I don't think they're different. I think they're in the same stuff, but I think Oud Maracuja is a little smoother.
Okay.
Like a little easier, because I think the fruits are enhanced, so you're getting a lesser proportion of oud to my nose, but they both smell great. I feel like if you like one, you will like the other. The third one from Atelier that really was just stunning to me, they were actually sold out of it. It wasn't even on display. Maurice showed me was Neroli Hasbaya, a super powerful white floral and citrus fragrance that blew my mind. Now, I also had the chance to complete a bucket list side quest thing that every fragrance content creator has to do, and that was smell Secretions Magnifiques. All right. So we're about to try the world famous, they're telling me it's the best fragrance of all time, Secretions Magnifiques.
Yeah.
Best one ever?
Best one ever.
Well, let's see.
All right.
That's a joke. I know this is gonna be bad.
No worries. Actually, it's not that bad. Maybe just a little bit. Here you go.
I'm scared. Oh, I can already get in the air.
It's a little bit of sweat. It's a little bit of salt.
Sweat is the right word.
A little bit of blood.
Oh, I don't know about blood.
Iron.
I get the iron, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's subjective.
I thought it was gonna be like poop. Like that's what I thought it was gonna be.
I think people hype it up mentally.
You wanna smell it?
Yeah, I mean,
At this
I've
point.
already done it at this point.
It's sweaty.
I don't get the gagging. It's not that extreme.
It's not that extreme.
I think someone's doing this.
It's a little, it's unpleasant, but
Yeah. So you know the best thing to do with this particular perfume is just put it in the back pocket and let it kind of dry down, and then re-smell it in like 10 to 15 minutes. It might still be good or bad depending on who is smelling it, but I think just give it a little chance. Put it in the back pocket and wait a little bit and then see what happens.
I hope this isn't a joke.
No, seriously. For some people it gets more pleasant, and for others it gets
Worse.
worse.
Okay.
So it's just something, I think, subjective. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people, they're right in the middle, and only you can actually tell if it's
Yeah.
going to be for you or not. I'll say this one thing.
It's not for me.
It's for the 3%.
But I do feel like it's a bucket list thing. You have to try it eventually. You have to eventually try it, so that's what we did. It's not good. I don't recommend it. It definitely is a bad smelling fragrance, but I was definitely expecting it to make me... Oh, it got stronger as it was sitting on that paper. And I would say like it got worse. So like the first initial spray, I was like, it's bad, but it doesn't make me want to die. Like it's not gonna make me quit the game or something. But yeah, as it started to dry down, it just got so much worse. Now the last brand that really struck me, and this was a brand that I've heard of here and there but didn't really know too much about, was Ormonde Jayne. This is a London-based brand that has a Mon Tobacco series, and they have this really unique tobacco DNA that you can smell across their entire Mon Tobacco line. It's not a tobacco that smells like ground up like cigarette butts or anything like that. It doesn't smell like smoke, but it's almost like the leafiness of tobacco. But from the Mon Tobacco line, to me, there was two clear winners, and I was deciding between the two of them as which one I wanted to pick up the full-size bottle. And that was Mon Tobacco Rio and Mon Tobacco Aruba. How big of a bag are we dropping?
Listen, bro, if my wife sees this, I ain't dropping nothing, bro.
Murad, what'd you pick?
Remains. Let me.
Amouage Remains?
I get like ambery goodness. I obviously don't know the full dry down yet, but so I get maybe a little spice. I don't know, but that's what I'm going with.
Amouage Remains. I'm deciding between two of the Mon Tobacco series, between Aruba and Rio. Rio is like a fruity tobacco with some like musk, but it's super strong.
It has some florals thrown in there too.
It's fucking amazing. Aruba's good too.
Aruba is like man-made tobacco, bro. I like a straight like fruit tobacco in that.
Aruba to me is gonna be more versatile, but I think Rio is more of like a standout, different fragrance.
I have Mon Tobacco in my collection. I like Rio though too.
I think Aruba is kind of the more wearable, more. I don't know. They're both good. They're both worth getting.
I like wearing stuff that doesn't fit in. That's just my personal thing.
I get it.
That's why now I'm between Remains and 618. I don't know which one I'm gonna do. That's why I've been like sniffing my arms in the past.
I know. I feel like we come out and look like drug addicts. We come out here and we're just sniffing paper and skin.
I guess, bro. It is what it is.
Aruba almost reminded me of like a super fresh citrus with tobacco, so super versatile, pretty much like an office-safe tobacco scent, as close as you could really get. And Mon Tobacco Rio was a little bit familiar to me. If you're used to kind of those fruity, leathery tobacco scents, it was that DNA, but honestly done better than any other time I've ever smelled that DNA. You get a sweet, powerful, but yet a little bit dry red fruit mixed with the burn of that tobacco. Now, after talking to Maurice, he kind of said, hey, I'm not sure how much longer that particular fragrance is gonna be around. So once he told me that, it was a wrap. And so, my friends, that is the fragrance that we ended up picking up from Osme Perfumes. This is Mon Tobacco Rio by Ormonde Jayne. Figure we might as well just unbox it right now since we're already doing this, you know, where the camera's already rolling. Like, let's open this bad boy up. Oh, this is beautiful presentation. Let's take a look at this. Bang, there she is. So good. There's a lot of reviews online that say that this fragrance leans a little bit feminine, and I would kind of push back. I think this is pretty down the middle unisex, and I think women may find it to be masculine, but I could see how men may find it to be a little fruity and find it to lean a little feminine. So, you know, it's just one of those fragrances, like if it's your personal preference. I'm really sensitive to fragrances. If I find them to be feminine leaning, I tend to not like them. That is not the case with this fragrance for me. I really, really like this. I feel like the tobacco does add the edge that makes this really wearable for a guy. Absolutely gorgeous. This smells so freaking good.
And if you keep the boxes?
No.
I do. This is an 88 milliliter bottle. I paid $250 for this. Now I know that there are gonna be some people that would say, why would you ever pay retail? Why would you ever do that when you can just go online and order it for less? And I want you to sit and really think about the experience that I got today. Murad and I spent hours in Osme smelling probably hundreds of different niche fragrances, talking to the owners, talking about the fragrance industry, talking about how fragrances are made, how the industry has changed, influencers, content, and pretty much all things fragrance. Truly a fraghead's dream. What really sold me on Osme, which made me say, you know what, I'm definitely gonna make a purchase with this business, is the way that they treat everyone the same. insane. There's A-list celebrities that go into that building. Some of the most famous, important people in fragrance and fragrance content shop at Osme, and you know, there's no elitism. They make you feel like you're at home. They welcome you. They treat you with respect. Just all in all, great people. And you know, the ability to make a connection with someone like that, with a business like that, it was just an absolute no-brainer. And also, to prove my point even further, they gave me so many different samples. Like, I'm not kidding, it's probably like, I mean, this is probably like almost $100 worth of samples alone. God damn. 2 from Precious Liquid, Sangria, Oak, and Amber Suede. From BDK, we got Grise Charnel. We got Rouge Smoking Extrait. We also got Velvet Tonka. I got 2 samples of Velvet Tonka, 3 samples of Velvet Tonka. Empatia by BDK. Adelaire's Nove Vanilla. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bergamask and Veride by Ordo Parisi. I don't even know how I'm going to open these samples. I have no idea. Pink Me Up and Lune Feline by Adelaire. Xerjoff Naxos, Xerjoff La Capitale, Xerjoff Torino 24. Like at least $100 worth of samples, and hopefully the beginning of a really good relationship with really, really cool people in the space. Like, it's so worth it. Now, obviously, you're not gonna get this type of experience from like your local Macy's or Neiman Marcus, probably, but I think in a circumstance like this, yeah, why would I not support this? This is literally the best perfumery I've ever been to in my life. Like, of course I'm gonna support them. So after we left Osme, Murad and I went over to a local coffee and pastry shop, got myself a little pistachio pastry, which was banging, took the Bright Line back to Aventura, and now here I sit. So this was such a great weekend. Exploring fragrances, making connections, meeting people for the first time. It really was an awesome all-in-all weekend. And I've got a fragrance to add to my collection to kind of commemorate all of it. This is another reason why sometimes I will go and buy retail, because now this entire experience, this entire trip is symbolized by not only this video, but by this fragrance that will sit in my collection. And I will think about Osme every single time that I wear this fragrance. So all in all, a fucking banger weekend. My fragrance wish list has grown by about $2,500, which, you know, And I just want to give a warning to anyone who's thinking about visiting Osme. Be careful, because your wish list will grow by thousands and thousands of dollars worth of fragrances. It's crazy. If you watched this video all the way through, thank you so much for watching and hanging out and coming on this journey with me. I sincerely appreciate you. Please don't forget to give the video a like and consider subscribing to your channel for your weekly dose of fragrance content and fun videos like this. Hopefully I can do more of these and meet more creators and people in the fragrance space. This was such a fun weekend, such a great experience. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you in the very next video. Peace.